efforts in helping us organize this and sponsoring the event. I'd also like to thank Oleg and Shupik University for hosting the event and allowing us to be here today. And then all the people that just put in the work to organize and make this happen. I'd like to thank you as we get started here today for doing that. August Mission is a small nonprofit organization from the United States, and we get involved in a lot of different humanitarian efforts. And one of the ways that we've found we can help is by identifying these issues and bringing people together to discuss them. So what we're trying to accomplish here today, the goals of the International Healthcare Summit have not changed. We have three main things we're trying to accomplish. One is collaboration. We want to bring people together so that we can have these discussions, so that you can network, you can meet each other, and you can find ways to help. The other goal of the IHS is education. We have the opportunity here in this collaborative environment to learn from each other and to take some lessons home, and so we want to take advantage of that opportunity. And lastly is awareness. By being here, by collaborating, by sharing what we see and what we learn today, we can continue to tell the story of what's needed here in Ukraine. And as the world, there are so many events happening in the world right now that it's easy to get distracted. Obviously, in the United States, it's an election year for us, so there's a lot of concerns around what's going to happen in the future. But what's important from our standpoint is that we continue to focus on the real need that is here and how we can continue to help Ukraine and how we can highlight how important this conflict is to so many people in the world and how we can keep it in the forefront of our minds. And so one of the things we do here today as we leave and this week, after we've had these collaborative opportunities, is we continue to share the message. You know, we post what we learn, we put it out there, we keep it in the forefront of people's minds, and we don't let people forget about how important this fight is and what we need to do to stay engaged here in Ukraine and continue to help. So that being said, I don't want to take too much time because there's a lot of really smart people here that are going to share great information, and I think I want to get to the meat of why we're here in this this conference this week and start having these conversations. I will say that if August Mission has a superpower, it's elevating and amplifying the efforts of others, and that's what we're going to try to accomplish here today, and that's why we have all of you here, is to identify what you're doing, so we can learn from each other and we can amplify that effort. And what I would ask from you this week as we move forward and start to get into the meat of the conference is to help us make this great. You know, we have a great opportunity in front of us this week. Let's make it a great event by learning from each other and by contributing our knowledge. And this is something that we did last year. This is our second one. We'd like to continue to do this, and so moving forward, you know, share with us your experience and help us make it even better for everyone that attends next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Jarvis Mak. I am the Chief Marketing Officer at August Mission. Thank you for being here for this very, very important event. This has been a year in the making and our second annual International Healthcare Summit. We are pleased to have you, as Bruce mentioned. You'll hear from many fantastic speakers. We are thrilled to have them all here today and tomorrow as a collaborative session. It will be increasingly important for us all to work together to collectively solve problems. And that's what we really hope to achieve. You'll hear from that today and tomorrow. What I'd also like to cover is some logistics. So I will talk about some housekeeping items here shortly. Please apologize as this is more formal. But one, in terms of if there is an emergency, an air raid alert, there is a shelter that we will evacuate to, and we will continue when the time is right. Secondly, this is a busy auditorium, and we have a lot of agenda items to cover. So if you need to use the toilet, please feel free to. You don't need to wait for a break. You just set up, and the toilets are around the corner. So please do that. And then thirdly, there will be a group photo right before lunch. and we will do it in this room. So when on the agenda and the schedule, when we are ready for the photo, as Jeremy will tell us, we will be gathered in here, so don't leave. Be prepared for the group photo. With that, I'd like to hand it over to Oksana from MedGlobal, Chairman of MedGlobal Ukraine. Oleksandra Kozlovska.
Thank you. Доброго ранку, шановні колеги.
Good morning, dear colleagues. I'm glad to meet you at a second healthcare summit in Ukraine. This event joins prominent specialists from all the world to discuss modern issues of modern medicine. A great thank you for August Mission for sustainable support of this event and all the donors who envisaged this event. Your input is very important for us, and we're thankful for your cooperation and efforts. MedGlobal is the organization who provides highly qualified medical help in crisis. We're co-working with local communities to settle down prioritized issues of healthcare, then raising information campaigns and supporting both civils and military personnel, including those requiring first medical health rehab sessions and psychological support. We know how important it is to collaborate in knowledge and power to come over the challenges of a healthcare system. So, us in a company, we're proud that we're a part of this international forum. I also want to thank you to National University of Healthcare of Shupik for many year fruitful cooperation. Your experience is an integral part of developing medical standards, especially in these hard times when war requires a lot of innovations. The forum this year has three main goals: orthopedics and traumatology. Why is this important? Because in war conditions it became even more actual due to a lot of combat wounds. Rehabilitation for renewal of the patient, which became really important to bring the person back to full-scale life, and psychological and psychic mental health. That's very important because we need to take care both of physical and mental well-being, both of the victims and all the citizens. The modern challenges that Ukraine faces in the war requires strict approaches and innovations in medical area. This summit will provide us a great opportunity to discuss and find new ways of rehabilitation, curing, and supporting of mental health. We're hoping that our common efforts will increase the quality of medical assistance both in Ukraine and in the world. So thank you for your attention, support, and readiness to work together for a healthy future.